everyone. Welcome to Rotor Talk Live, Season 6, Episode 24, DJI Air 3 and Fimi X8 Pro Updates. Welcome to everyone, including my trusty friend that hasn't left my side since May 14th. How about that? I'm going to welcome everybody tonight. Let's take a look and see who's in the chat here. Who we got? Let's go from the top. Drone Shots, OIN Dynasty, Akarasho's here. Dr. Ted is here. Sergeant Rock is here. USA Drone Flyer. Let's see who. Mark White. Welcome, Mark. Leonard Oglesby. Captain Ray Kelly is here. Richard is here. Drone Views Media. Let's see who else we got. Henry Mills. Welcome, Henry. And Lloyd, the Grumpy Vlogger. Welcome. Glad to see everybody here tonight. Well, first we're going to start off with an update on Bill. Why not? Let's have an update on Bill. Today is what, the 13th? 17 more days. 17 more days until I get this X-rayed again. And I was doing some reading today, and the way my break is, we should see progress in terms of this comes off. I may get a soft one. I may get just a splint. I may get nothing. Who knows? I hopefully won't hear, well, it's not healing like it should. You need surgery. So one of the other things I want to say is, I've gotten quite a few notes and messages from a lot of you out there regarding this. I can't thank you guys enough for your support, man. You guys rock. Totally. Because right now, believe it or not, what had been hurting me more than this was my foot. And I've been wearing they call it a post-op shoe. It's just, it just looks like a sandal that is longer than your foot. I've been wearing that almost every day during the day, and that's really helped a lot because it prevents your toe from bending, and that's what it needs to heal. However, what's really funny is, the bone that I broke is in the middle of your hand, the one that runs through your middle finger, okay? And it's the bone from where the finger goes to where the wrist's attached. Well, I'm feeling pain, believe it or not here, but here. I mean, more pressure than anything else, and extra strength Tylenol and Advil are it for me. So continuing your thoughts and prayers. Days run together. And I also got to say this too. All right, my wife has been my right hand man, no pun intended on that one, guys. She has been right there for me, has helped me out like nobody's business. I mean, little things. Hey, seriously, I can do everything getting dressed except get my socks on. She helps me get my socks on. She stands by me while I take a shower at night, and it's a real quick one because I really do a pre-wash outside the shower to make my time in there minimally. She's there so I don't slip and fall or have any problems. And she's done a lot of extra stuff around the house and has just been extremely supportive of me. So if my beautiful wife is watching, thank you very much, sweetheart. And just to let all you guys know. Also, a good thing for me is this part of my glass has been scratched, okay? And I've been looking out through it through 3-4 weeks now. I have an eye doctor's appointment on Saturday at Lens Crafters. So hopefully maybe a week or so after that, I get new glasses. I want to get the same glasses. These glasses have been extremely comfortable and have really done me well. So Johnny is in the house. Welcome, Johnny. Good to see you here. Yeah. So yeah, that's where all that is. All right. The first thing we want to talk about tonight is they're trying to get some new rules in New York City regarding drones. Let me go ahead and pull that up on the screen here. All right. Yeah. Okay, New York City proposes new but slow, pricey, and cumbersome drone authorization rules. And it's really kind of crazy what they're doing. Key to those is a revised permit system that will presumably enlarge and ease authorization of utilitarian missions by companies and public administrations, though only after a minimum 30-day application wait and $150 fee per request. That's pretty pricey. Package also sets out fines of $250 to $1,000 for anyone conducting drone flights in New York City without permits from police or breaking operating rules during authorized outings. The full text is available here. Proposal more or less acknowledges the city's position of being stuck between a pragmatic and increasingly compelling rock of exploiting all the benefits of drone operations within New York City and hard spot legitimate yet obsessively held safety and privacy concerns about UAVs operating over such dense populations here. So you can read this at your leisure. Again, to repeat for those of you who aren't familiar, anytime you see an article posted here, it is out on Bill the Drone Reviewer Facebook group. I highly encourage you, if you haven't joined that group, please do join that. I do put a lot of information out there. And again, everything I talk about is out there as well, too. So feel free to look at this at your leisure. They're looking at this as an opportunity to make some money, and $150 a pop. That sounds pretty pricey to me. That's just me, but who the heck knows? So we'll see what's going on with that. But 150 sounds pretty pricey to me. All right. Another week, another drone bill in Congress. Okay. It's crazy. It's just absolute craziness. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at this here. I was shocked when I saw this, to believe it or not. I mean, I didn't think. And the article starts out, another day, another U.S. bill seeking ban on Chinese-made drones. Oh, here we go again. A new bipartisan push to ban U.S. government agencies from operating Chinese-made drones, including DJI, is currently underway in the Senate. Senators Marsha Blackburn, Republican Tennessee, and Mark Warner, Democrat Virginia, proposed legislation that would limit the presence of foreign-produced drones in the United States. In addition to China, the bill would also prohibit the FAA from buying or using drones produced in Russia, Iran, North Korea, Venezuela, and Cuba. Okay, I got to stop right here. How many drones have you been able to purchase from those countries? Okay, that's all I'm going to say on that. Taxpayer dollars should never fund drones manufactured in regions that are hostile towards the United States. Okay. All right. More specifically, the bill prohibits the FAA from providing federal funds to certain foreign drone companies under federal programs under control of the FAA, and list a bunch of them there, would be unable to benefit companies based out of those above countries. Okay. Further, with the exemption of counter drone testing and warfare analysis, the bill would prohibit the FAA and its contractors from procuring or operating drones produced in China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Venezuela, and Cuba. All right. And then the latest bipartisan push against Chinese-made drones comes on the heels of Republican Senator Rubio urging the U.S. Capitol Police to disband drones manufactured by Autel Robotics and other Chinese companies over security concerns. In a letter to Capitol Police, Rubio said Chinese drones, including those from Autel Robotics, pose a serious national security threat to the United States. I write to demand that the U.S. Capitol Police immediately stop using these drones, as well as other Chinese drones, for any and all activities by their personnel. Okay. All right. Wow. All right. I kind of, again, I'm at a loss. I mean, we had a lengthy talk last week about this, and we really hashed it up. And if you want, please look at last week's Rotor Talk Live. And I also did a separate video on that as well, where we discussed all this in length. And again, the big thing here, national security concerns. Yeah. I'm not, I'm not real. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Okay. I don't know what to say. I'll just say this. Okay. In my opinion, I don't see any national security concerns in these drones. Other companies have looked at DJI, for example, and have not found anything in their data. So that's all I'm going to say on all that. So feel free to read that article at your leisure. But that's how I'm going to leave that, guys. I just don't know what else to say on that. That's just something that, again, I'm going to stop that there. All right. Now for some good news, okay? Skydio has remote ID. Skydio 2. Skydio 2 has remote ID. Let's go ahead and share this article here. All right. Which is very good news. I mean, we had been waiting to hear this for a while, and finally they did come up with this. Software update enables remote ID on Skydio 2, 2 Plus, X2E drones. Skydio has pushed out a software update to enable remote ID on Skydio 2, 2 Plus, and X2E drone models when flown with Skydio Enterprise Controller, Skydio mobile apps with or without Skydio Controller, or Skydio Beacon Plus with or without Skydio mobile apps. If you have a Skydio 2, 2 Plus, or X2E manufactured on September 16th, 2022, remote ID is already enabled in your drone. But those using a Skydio produced before September 16, 2022, will need to update their aircraft, update the FAA registration, and affix a remote ID label to the drone body to comply fully with the new remote ID rules. How to enable remote ID on a Skydio drone. And those of you who are interested, who have Skydio drones, please bookmark this article and take a look at this, as it tells you how to go ahead and do that. Okay. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, because that's one of the questions I get a lot of questions each week, and that's one of the ones that I've had is, is Skydio gonna do remote ID? There's your answer for that. Okay. And I think that's a very good thing. I'm really, really pleased to see that from Skydio. And I think those of you that own the Skydio product, I think you should be pleased about that as well too. So that bodes very well in Skydio's favor. I'm glad to see that. And we'll go from there. All right. Now there's an updated list of DJI drones, and I do get a lot of questions on this each week. Is which DJI drones have remote ID? Okay, DJI just put out an updated list, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. And I think that's important that we do that, to let you guys know what's what. And again, all these articles are out on Build a Drone Reviewer Facebook group and page, so you guys can go ahead and bookmark them and take a look at them. Which DJI drones have remote ID? Here's the complete list, and I'm going to go ahead and go through this. Now, this is as of June 2023. The date on the article is June 12th, so it's yesterday. So this is brand new. Okay, DJI drones with remote ID: DJI Mavic 3 Pro, DJI Mavic 3 Pro Cine, DJI Inspire 3, DJI M350 RTK, DJI Mavic Pro Platinum, DJI Air 2S, DJI Mavic 3, DJI Mavic 3 Classic, DJI Mavic 3 Cine, DJI Avata, DJI Mini 3, DJI Mini 3 Pro, DJI Mavic 3 Enterprise, DJI Mavic 3 Thermal, DJI Mavic 3 Multispectral, DJI Matrice 30, DJI M30 dock version, DJI Matrice 30 Thermal, DJI M30T dock version, DJI M300 RTK, DJI Agris T40, and DJI Agris T30. Okay. Now, it's important to bookmark this page. And one of the things I want to say to you guys, and I know because I get a lot of questions about this each week, and I think it's really important for you guys to understand something about this. Okay. That this, because the questions I get a lot of time are, I'll call them DJI legacy drones, like the Spark, maybe the original Mavic Air, the Phantom 4 in previous. All right, you're going to have to go. At this point, it's looking like for all of them, especially the Phantom 4, it's looking like you're going to have to buy remote ID module to add onto those drones if you want to continue to fly them beyond September of this year. That's one of the things. And more of these information out there. I know we covered this in a previous Rotor Talk Live. Feel free to look through the Rotor Talk Lives to find them. I don't know the one off the top of my head right now. So just, you're going to have to do that if you want to fly your Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. Now, I know there's a lot of rebels out there saying, oh, I'm not going to do remote ID if I don't have to do it and all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, this channel has always, always has gone by the statement we abide by the FAA rules and regulations that have been set up, especially as a Part 107 pilot. You need to follow those rules, and that's one of the things here with this. Okay, there's no choice; you have to follow this. All right. You know, if you're under 350 grams, that's a whole, or 250, that's a whole different ball game with that. Whole different ball game. Ha 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 ha. All right, X-Jet. Ha ha. All right, welcome, John. Good to see you tonight. And Bill Thomas is here. Welcome, Bill. Good to see you as well, too. You know, so that's one of the things, you know, and Bill Thomas had a good comment here. Honestly, for drones will become a rich man's sport in the U.S. Otherwise, large companies will own the skies. No room for hobby drags. Bill, you know, you really kind of hit the nail on the head right here, because it's beginning to look a lot like this. And you know, I just that's a whole show in and of itself. Okay. Yeah. That's a good question, Mark. That's a very good question. Yeah. And when they brought out the Pro Platinum, they said the only difference between it and the Pro was the ESC's propeller. So how come one has ID and the other doesn't? That's a real good question, Mark. That is a really good question. Who knows? You know, yeah. Well, you know, and what the drone that's not on the list, and to be honest with you guys, that really surprises me is the Phantom 4, the Phantom 4 Pro, Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. That's not on that list because it's a lot of people still have that drone, use it, enjoy it. But you know, it's looking increasingly like you're going to have to get a remote ID module for that. There's just no way around it. I mean, you're just gonna have to do that. That's one of those things. You know, and you know, you're at the mercy of DJI and what they decide to do and what they want to tell you to do. And I don't know what else to say. You know, if you want to continue to fly it like you should as a Part 107 pilot or even a hobbyist, okay, you got to get that remote ID module. That's not optional. That's one of the things that's a must. So, check out those modules. I'm sure we're going to be getting a lot more information. There are several out there and available. I know one is made over in Europe somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where. And I know Ken Heron had tested one of those modules as well too. And I know several others have tested some of those modules. So be on the lookout for that information. And I'm going to see if maybe about putting a video together on that, because I know there's a lot of you out there. I get a lot of questions on that each week. So I think that's something that I do want to go ahead and end up covering with you guys, just to, you know, clear the air and everything. Okay. Pretty sure RID is the only way we can slash a death toll associated with recreational multi-rotor use. Be foolish not to comply. That's a good point there. That is an absolutely good point. Yeah, or like as Bill said, you can put new drone isolation zones. Yeah, the ones at the AMA fields. Yeah. So, yeah, Mark, I agree. You know, it's just, you know, what they choose to want to do with, you know, to give remote ID to and not is really kind of interesting. That's all I got to say on that. All right, we're gonna move on here. All right, and this is one I have had. I can't tell you. All right, I have had so many inquiries on the Fimi X8 Pro. It's not ridiculous. Okay, it is just absolutely crazy the number of emails and messages I've got regarding where's the Fimi X8 Pro. All right, and it's kind of like the old Wendy's commercial, where's the beef? Okay, well, where's the Fimi X8 Pro? Well, what I thought I'd like to do is spend a few minutes and go over this here with you, what I do know. And what's real interesting here, and let me go ahead and, all right, I'm going to go ahead. What we're first going to do, we're going to do a high-level overview of the Fimi X8 Pro again, look at the price and some other things here. So let's go. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, Fimi X8 Pro, fly above and beyond. Fimi X8 Pro. You know, you take a look at it. It looks like the other X8 SEs, but it is different. And, you know, it has the megaphone and release drop module, 4G cellular, which, you know, I think that's just a gimmick. Does have remote ID, but whether that's enabled or not, that's a good guess. rain and snow proof, self-heating, low temperature resistant battery, which is nice. Their new controller is a lot better than the previous controller version of the controller that came out. Level 8 wind resistance, intelligent flight modes. Okay. There's the 48 megapixel CMOS 3-axis mechanical gimbal, f1.7 aperture, HDR video and photo, super night scene shooting, 3-axis mechanical gimbal, and that does look a little different than the previous ones. So that's interesting. This is their version to OcuSync right here, RockLink, 15-kilometer digital video transmission system. The standard remote controller that comes with that's the TX10A, which is the updated remote controller. And again, I've heard a lot of good things about this already. So we'll see. Tri-directional obstacle sensing, which is good. That's a good thing. Front, back, and from the bottom. 40-minute flight, 47 minutes with the optional battery. The accessory port where the module goes, which has the megaphone. The release and drop, which is a great feature. 4G cellular is just gimmicky to answer that to you. And remote ID, which that's really kind of questionable that it was supposedly it was on the Fimi X8 SE 2022 V2, but people have not been able to get that to work. Rainproof and snowproof, level 8 wind resistance, flight planning, smart tracking, circular flight. It does pack a lot of features. There's a search and rescue mode with it. Precision landing, for the most part, I heard does work this time around. APP, multiple projections for safe flights, and it gives you some other there. And it lists a hard thing for the specifications. And again, all this information is in Build a Drone Reviewer Facebook group, so you feel free to look at this. Now, one of the things that Fimi did say is right now they're having a sale, all right? And 6/18 summer sale and surprise lucky bag, June 12th to June 18th. Act fast, top 10 paid to purchase the X8 Mini V2 or X8 SE 2022 V2 or Palm 2 Pro will receive an exclusive surprise lucky bag, okay? Who knows what's in there, okay? Now, here, I want to say this. This is actually absolutely hilarious, okay? It's $599. It's not $699, which it's on sale right now, all right? Notice what it says here. Shipment before May 20th, okay? They haven't changed this. This has been sitting there for months at May 20th, all right? Pre-sale on March 28th. That hasn't changed, okay? And then the Mini V2 is on sale as well, too. They have a Palm 2 Pro, which reminds you of DJI's module that. And then if you want to get a hat, you're welcome to get a hat. And there's some other accessories down here as well that you can get. And they do have a couple of cases right here. They have a mini case and a regular case for that, which is real nice. Okay. So, and also the TX10A is $299. And like I said, I'm excited about that. And this is something I have been considering. All right. Now, the other thing that I'm going to tell you is this. All right. With what I've had with Fimi right now. All right. I have sent in the past 4 days, I've sent them 3 emails asking them what the status on the Fimi X8 Pro is, and I have not gotten a response. I forwarded I forwarded my original email to them, and I still have not gotten a response. I've also gone out to Twitter and posted this as well with Fimi, and I still haven't gotten a response from them either. Now, what I had been hearing, and a lot of the rumors from some of my other sources say that it will be hitting the United States in July. So we're going to stay tuned. We're going to watch this. We're going to watch for any updates on this. My advice is don't order this until we get some kind of time frame on when we're going to see some updates, because I was originally told by Fimi themselves, after reaching out to my contact there, they said that not only would they would be in the United States by now, they would be available on Amazon at this point in June, and they haven't even hit the United States yet, or any really, for that matter, anywhere else in the world. You know, there's a couple smatterings out there on YouTube, but that's it. It's not out there. So stay tuned. I'm going to bring you more updates on this as I get them. You know, that's one of the things that I'm excited about this drone, but I'm tempering that with wanting to see when it's going to land, because, you know, Fimi told us you see the dates on there. Okay. It was going to ship in May, and it's now what, almost, you know, it's getting close to middle of June already. And, you know, it's, we're waiting patiently, Fimi, is what I'm going to say. Okay. All right. Enough on Fimi. All right. DJI Air 3. All right. First of all, I'm going to start off. You all know that the DJI Air 2S is still on sale for $799. That's correct. You know, that's an absolutely incredible deal. You know, that's $200 off. I can't, you know, you can't argue with that kind of a price. You really can't here. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. It's still showing on sale, and I wanted to go ahead and share this with you guys. All right, DJI Air 2S, $799, $200 off. This is an incredible drone. Okay, I think the only drone that's better than this is the DJI Mavic 3 regular. All right, obviously the Pro is better. Classic, I'd say it's on par with the Classic. I would say the DJI Mavic 3 is the drone that passes this, but I think that this is on par with like a Mavic 3 Classic. So it just has tremendous capabilities. $799. If you wanted to get the Fly More, okay, now instead of $1299, it's $1039, which is again an incredible deal. You know, if you're wanting to look for a great deal on a drone, this is it. Okay, if you can't quite afford to get a Mavic 3 Classic, this would be the drone that I would highly recommend without any question. All right, and again, this is covered as we talked about earlier. This is actually, you know, this does have remote ID with it. All right, that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Yeah, Richard. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. All right. And this is what it is for DJI for right now for the Air 2. Okay. I wanted to make sure that I cover this really well, because I want to make sure that you guys understand, you know, this isn't $200 off from DJI is an incredible deal. And if you can afford to get that and then an Air 3 when it comes out, you have a bigger pocketbook than I do. And you know, if I could afford to get both, I would. Seriously, I would absolutely do that. The Air 2S is just an incredible drone. And it's one of the drones, other drones that I've sold, the one that I probably regret selling the most has been the Air 2S, because it's just been absolutely incredible. All right. Now there's another article I want to go ahead and go over here. All right. And this is from Drone XL, and it is from last week, but I still wanted to go over this and talk about this here for a few minutes, and some other information that I've become aware of this week. Unveiling soon, DJI Air 3 ads stir excitement. Okay, and you can see, you know, there was an ad out on Amazon .nl, which I think is, it may, let's see if Hi talks about it here. Presence of these ads in Google search engine results from deep pocketed companies such as Amazon might not be surprising. This was broken from Quadro News. Amazon and B&H Photo. You can see B&H Photo has DJI Air 3 B&H Photo video. Okay, and there's a picture of the reported DJI Air 3 in the background here. Okay, now one of the other things that I have read in multiple sources is, you know, they have mentioned a price, and they've mentioned a price out in yuan, yuan. So I think it was 7,500 won, and that is just a tad over 1,000 US dollars. And again, this is unconfirmed. This is just from what I've seen on several sources, saying that this is just a little bit over $1,000 US. All right. Now, I would assume that would be for a base package. That would be just for like the battery, the standard controller, props, cables, charging system, that kind of thing. Okay. That would not include obviously like a Fly More combo with like 2 extra batteries, a case, extra props, a charging base, that kind of thing. I would imagine something like that would probably run, and this is just a guess on my part. Again, I'm just taking a stab in the dark at this. That would probably run, I think, about $1,300. That's a very good point, Richard. That is a very good point. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, the Air 2S is one of the few consumer drones that can do mapping. I mean, that's an incredible feature. If you need to do mapping, $799 for a drone that maps is just crazy. It's just crazy good. That's all I have to say. So again, with this pricing, it's just a little bit north of $1,000, which is where I would really expect it to land. Again, this is completely unconfirmed. We don't have anything to back this up right now. So that's one of the things that I wanted to say. One of the other things that I wanted to say on this too, and again, this isn't confirmed, okay, but I have seen it in multiple sources and multiple leakers. They are talking that a DJI Air 3S, and you're hearing me correctly, a DJI Air 3S will come out 3 months after the DJI Air 3, okay? Let me repeat this again. A DJI Air 3S will come out 3 months after a DJI Air 3. All right, this is what I've heard and I've read in multiple sources. So more information on that. As soon as that comes out, I'm going to let you guys know and get this substantiated. Now, this wasn't even out on Twitter. Our friend Igor, who has been posting the leaks for the Air 3, there hasn't been any new activity out there yet regarding this. But one of the things that I do want to say to everybody is this, okay, that Air 2S is on sale. That is a huge indication that the Air 3 is coming, and it's coming sooner rather than later. And last week we talked at length about the new proposed legislation to, quote unquote, take away all DJI drones, or not probably prevent their sale in the United States. So, and as we discussed on Rotor Talk last week, Ron and Marcus and I, there's an extra push to get this Air 3 out the door fast, sooner rather than later. And one of the things that I want to caution everybody is, you're not going to see, on the FCC database like you have before previously. DJI has gotten wise to that. So they're not, and DJI, you can do that literally the day of the release. Okay. There's no law that states that you have to release it before. You just have to post it so it's out there and available for the public to be able to view it. And that's the reason behind that. And I think DJI is real smart. Bill from Metro Drones, thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate that. That was excellent. Thank you so much for that. So, that's where we're at with the Air 3. This is what all the latest that I've heard. And we're going to see this sooner rather than later. My guess is maybe sometime this week or next, we'll see some kind of a leak or a teaser announcement that DJI puts out, with a shadowy picture of a drone and a date and a time. And again, it will be a soft release, as DJI has been famous for doing. It will, be on a certain date, say at 9 a.m. Eastern time, and it's just going to hit that website. Now, for those of you who want to be Johnny on the spot and purchase this when it's available, you can start looking about 15 minutes before that release time, usually out on DJI's website right now. Best Buy and other sources like B&H, Amazon, and others don't usually have it. I mean, they may have it available for a pre-order, but in order to order it and get it shipped, you'd probably want to go to the mothership to DJI. So that's how that's going to work. So stay tuned for that. There's much more to come. I wanted to keep you guys up to date and aware on all this information. Anything else comes out during the week, I will definitely get an update out to you guys regarding the Air 3. I think it's important. And again, I think a lot of this is being driven by that legislation, the speed of this, because we're going to see this very quickly. And I also imagine we will see, and I can say this, I could see that we will see an Air 3S quickly as well too. So stay tuned for all of this. Don't turn the dial, as they say. Bill the Drone Reviewer will stay on top of all this right here. That's one of those things. That's a good point, Quadcopters and Tech. Very good point on that. So, one of the things, in addition to all this too, is, stay tuned. Other manufacturers may be coming out with something to surprise us. Maybe like Autel may come out with another consumer product before this, or other ones. So be on the lookout for all of that. And again, as soon as I get some additional breaking news on this, I will pass this on to you guys and let you know this. We're going to wrap up here early because that's what I have for tonight. And, I got to tell you this. All right. Normally it takes me about anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. No, I'm going to say about a good half hour, 45 to get set up for the show on a Tuesday night. All right. It took me about a good hour and a half, about an hour and 45 minutes because I got to do everything one-handed. So it is a labor of love. I can tell you that, but I get excited. I get energized. I have a good time with you guys. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be a part of this wonderful drone community. I want to thank everybody for stopping by tonight. You guys are awesome. Your support has been fantastic. Keep it up. Keep up the emails and the notes of encouragement. I can't tell you how much it means to me because it's so frustrating because not only not being able to do things around the house, I can't even begin to think about flying right now, and that's not going to happen until July. And that kind of frustrates me. And I read, as far as physical therapy is concerned, it's probably going to take me another 4 more weeks or so to get the complete use of that hand back out again. And just to let you guys know, again, it's that middle, the middle finger. It's from down at the base of the middle finger to the wrist. That's the bone that's broken, and it's broken sideways. It's not broken on top. It's broken sideways, and it's lined up. It's not displaced, which is a good thing, which means this should be healing. So some of the pain I've been feeling, it should mean that it's healing. So, really, again, I want to thank everybody for stopping by tonight. Bill from Metro Drones, thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that. Every bit really helps. And to know when you guys do things like super chats, okay, that goes right to the channel. All right. I invest this, any proceeds that I get from YouTube, from the ad revenue, I put it right back in the channel. And usually that involves swag. And one of the things I'm going to tell you is, before we kind of sign off here, is we're going to have some swag giveaway next month. And I have some other things in the prize closet. So thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. I have some things in the prize closet that have been hanging around here, and we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna probably do it during a Rotor Talk. We'll do a half hour of a normal show, and then the next half hour have a giveaway and have some fun. So stay tuned for that. Gonna have lots of fun. In fact, I had just to let you guys know, I had been sent a drone, and I forget, it's one of the off-brand drones. I don't even remember the name. It wasn't Holy Stone. It wasn't EXO, but I had to send it back because, it's like, sorry guys, no can do right now. So that's where that ends up. So really, seriously, thank you all so much for stopping by tonight. Really appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button on the way out. I know there's 29 of you guys out there. Please make sure you smash that on the way out. Thank you again all so much for your support. And as always, guys, it's a great day to fly. Take care, everybody.